Shalom. Giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKadash. I want to say, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, and Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, and Brakte Yahweh. Giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth that's constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the sincere brothers, the believers that's pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and sincerity. Not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Shalom to the few sisters, the Aquabs out there, and shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, what's in the news as of late? More wars and rumors of wars. Matter of fact, let's start with that scripture first. Okay, let's go there. All right. Matthew 24. Okay. All right, which is a major piece of prophecy. Matthew 24:7. Matter of fact, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, so what's going on in the news as of late? You have Daniel Ortega, right, which is the president of Nicaragua. Okay, and he's allowing Russian troops access into the country, all right, which, you know, that's Central America. All right, if you look up Nicaragua on a map, okay, Central America, and let's see if I could get an image of Nicaragua map. It's right next to you know, Mexico. All right, that's pretty much the southern borders. All right, it's next to Honduras. All right, let me see if I can find a good map. Okay, Lord's will. Let me do this. Nicaragua and United States. All right, just to show you on the world map. All right, here we go. This is cool. Just use this right here. All right, so here you have the United States, you have Mexico, all right, and you have Nicaragua, all right, right here. Then you have South America. Okay, so the Russian troops now have access through the Caribbean Sea to come into Nicaragua, all right, and you know, supposedly they the agreement is if Russia brings their troops over there, they have to help out with the cartels, okay, which they're in league with each other. All right, they have to help out with the cartels, which they're, like I said, they're in league with each other, okay, and then it's also to help reform the Nicaraguans military or their troops, okay, you know, or their police force, okay. Now, I kind of wanted to just talk briefly for a second to kind of let the algorithm, you know, not pick up on what I'm about to play, you know, because I don't want them to take this video down. So now I'm gonna play this video right here. Russian troops set to establish presence in Central America, all right, which is videos on BitChute. We're gonna watch this video, and then I'm gonna play a clip from an actual movie, which was, I believe, done in the 80s, okay, actually speaking on this event taking place, which is really predictive programming, all right?
In exile, and I have a video for you. I think it's really important you watch it because it is big news in my opinion. I can't believe it's not all over mainstream media, especially since mainstream media hates Russia and very anti-Russia propaganda is coming from our media. But they don't say anything about this and how big of a news it is. You know, Russia going into Nicaragua, that is right on our southern border. I mean, they have to go through Mexico at that point to get to the border, but still, it's close, and we're not talking about it. So, and we still have open borders. Not only that, the idea of why they're going there is complete nonsense, because we all know that they're actually in league with China and these cartels there. But guys, watch the video, comment down below, let me know what you think. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.
Last week, the Nicaraguan and Russian governments confirmed an agreement that would bring Russian forces closer to the border. One America's chief White House correspondent, Chanel Rion, has more from the White House.
As President Biden flew to LA this past week to appear on Jimmy Kimmel's comedy show and to lead a thinly attended summit of the Americas, Russia and China seems to have made some statement moves in Central America. Nicaragua, the dictatorship considered a major gateway to the U.S. for South America's deadliest drug cartels, announced it will welcome Russian troops within its borders. Shortly after, Russia confirmed it would be sending troops to Nicaragua twice a year to train and help with law enforcement and against drug cartels. A historic move, this would be the first time Russia would establish itself militarily in Central America. It was also a strong message to the U.S. The announcement coincided with Joe Biden's largely boycotted Summit of the Americas in LA last week, a summit that excluded Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua on grounds they were dictatorships, but in turn resulted in major countries also bowing out voluntarily. In a major blow to the entire summit and Biden's perceived leadership in the region, Mexico announced it too would skip the summit, inferring Biden's summit was a waste of time and would not seriously address regional issues if it excluded major players, bad actors or not. But the Russia-Nicaragua announcement is significant also in the context of China. The dictator-led Nicaragua abandoned ties to Taiwan and officially pledged its diplomatic allegiance to Communist China in December, a move highlighting.
Hey, show you how Bashim Al-Shai, he's playing chess, all right? All the pieces are lining up, okay? Because, you know, China is already standing firm on, you know, the U.S. not intervening with them taking over Taiwan. Russia, all right, which, you know, Vladimir Putin, he's, you know, moving strong through the Ukraine right now, okay? And it's so bad that now the soldiers are now taking the citizens to fill in the spots of the soldiers that are dying out there, okay? So, you know, people are dying out there in the Middle East, okay? And everything is lining up perfectly, all right? Because this is all going to lead to World War III, all right?
China's growing investments in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is set to triple its exportable goods to China in the next 10 years. But Russia's announcement to send troops just 2,000 miles from the U.S. southern border would not likely have taken place without China's blessing. China and Russia increasing their military and financial presence in Central America serves another blow to the Biden foreign policy legacy, one the White House has yet to weigh in on or defend beyond the briefing room. The move presents major national security issues, including the fact that Nicaragua has invited the entire region's military to use its ports, an invitation the U.S. is not likely to accept, but countries like Venezuela and Cuba could easily take up, further moving America's enemies closer to Biden's wide-open southern borders, a border in which our major law enforcement agencies are unable to protect due to their being stretched thin as welfare workers for the massive flood of illegal aliens pouring through. The other major concern is the premise that Russian forces might be used to help combat drug trafficking, a dubious proposition since Russian officials have been documented recently as active participants in South American drug trafficking operations. There is little indication that Russian officials, together with bribable Nicaraguan officials, are likely to slow the drug trade into the U.S. If anything, the situation is about to go from bad to worse. Chanel Rion, One American News, the White House.
Hey, everything is really about to go bad for the U.S. citizens, all right? Because this can also lead into what is known as a invasion, okay? Now, we know that they're not going down there to control the drug, transportation and all that. Okay, it's way bigger than that. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over here to Red Dawn that came out in 1984. Now, this was the scene where the colonel was actually speaking, okay, about how the Soviets were going to come in. Okay, so you're going to have to pay close attention to this one right here. All right. As we view it. So I'm going to play it. Let's go.
West Coast. East Coast. Down here is Mexico. First wave of the attack came in disguised as commercial charter flights, same way they did in Afghanistan in 80, where they were crack airborne outfits. They took these passes in the Rockies.
So that's what hit Calumet.
I guess so. They coordinated with selective nuke strikes. Their missiles were a hell of a lot more accurate than we thought. They took out the silos here in the Dakotas, key points of communication.
Like what?
Oh, like Omaha, Washington, Kansas City.
Guard?
Yeah, that's right. Filtrators came up illegal from Mexico. Cubans mostly. They managed to infiltrate SAC bases in the Midwest, several down in Texas, and reached a hell of a lot of hell. I'm here to tell you. They opened up the door down here. The whole Cuban and Nicaraguan armies come walking right through, roll right up here through the Great Plains.
Did you hear that, brothers? The whole Cuban, Nicaraguan army come right through, straight through the plains. Easy. Okay? Let me rewind it so you could listen to what he's saying. Which, apostles brought out predictive programming. All right, but this is all through the spirit of prophet Yahweh Shema Shah. The Lord is setting up. This could be how Russia invades. Okay, it could play out that way. All right, according to how the Lord he wants his movie to go. But let's go.
Like what?
Oh, like Omaha, Washington, Kansas City.
Guard?
Yeah, that's right. Filtrators came up illegal from Mexico. Cubans mostly. They managed to infiltrate SAC bases in the Midwest, several down in Texas, and reached a hell of a lot of hell. I'm here to tell you. They opened up the door down here. The whole Cuban and Nicaraguan armies come walking right through, roll right up here through the Great Plains.
How far did they get?
Cheyenne, across to Kansas. We held them at the Rockies and at the Mississippi. Anyway, the Russians reinforced with 60 divisions. Sent 3 whole army groups across the Bering Strait into Alaska, cut the pipelines, came across Canada, to link up here in the middle, but we stopped their butt cold. Lines are pretty much stabilized now.
What about Europe?
I guess they figured twice in 1 century was enough. Just sitting this one out. I'll accept England. They won't last very long. The Russians need to take us in one piece, and that's why they're here now. That's why they won't use nukes anymore, and we won't either, not on our own soil. The whole damn thing's pretty conventional now. Who knows, maybe next week will be swords.
What started it?
I don't know, 2 toughest kids on the block, I guess. Sooner or later, they're going to fight.
That's simple.
Man, that's simple. Sooner or later, they're going to fight, which is prophecy. All right, sooner or later, they're going to fight. The 2 toughest kids on the block. The North versus the West. Okay? Now, let's go through some scriptures. I want to go through Isaiah 49 and 31. It says, "Arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwell without care." Okay? The average citizen in America, all right, are at ease here. Okay? And the average person thinks that nothing of this magnitude can even take place. All right. And that's why the Lord said he's going to catch you as a thief in the night. Okay. Because this is all orchestrated by Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right. This is what the scriptures say, that these troops, when they come in, they're not going to regard your silver, your gold. They're going to completely take over. All right. Set up shop. It's going to be just a war zone. Okay. And you're not ready. All right. Which is going to be the Lord really judging folks. All right. Judging people. Okay. All right. It says, "Save the Lord, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone." Now going over here to Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind." Okay, because remember, the Lord, he's the one who controls the hearts of the kings. When you actually go over to the book of Proverbs 21, the Lord controls the hearts of the kings. Proverbs 21:1, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." Okay, so the Lord is putting it in the minds, all right, of these kings or Vladimir Putin to think these evil thoughts. Okay, all right, that's what's going to come into his mind. Okay, it says, "And shall think an evil thought." Okay, and when they invade, they're not going to spare. Let's go over to Isaiah 59 real fast. Isaiah 59. They're not going to spare. Okay. Right here, Isaiah 59:7. "Their feet run to evil." Because remember, these are still Edomites. All right. And in the Russians, they're cold. Okay. Remember, the Lord is putting hooks back into their jaws. He turned them back into that old USSR way. Okay. "And they make haste to shed innocent blood, and their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity." All right, that's what the Lord's about to increase in their mind. "Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not. And there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace." All right. Now reading on back in Ezekiel 38:11, it says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages," which the land of unwalled villages is America. "I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having them neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations." Okay. And when you go into the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, it speaks about how the Medes, which the Medes are represented as the Russians today. All right. You know, the Medes go back into the old, I believe, Japhites. All right. But the Edomites took over those lands and then took over that, nationality. All right. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." So you cannot buy them. You're not going to be able to buy them. You're not going to be able to give no money to them. Okay. "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces." What's the modern day bow? It's guns. Okay. So they're not going to spare young men, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. All right. What's the fruit of the womb? The fruit of the womb is a woman that is pregnant. All right. A woman that is pregnant with a child in her stomach. They're not going to have no pity, all right, on pregnant women. "Their eyes shall not spare children." Okay. To show you that evil thought that the Lord is going to put into their mind, okay, is going to be a harsh reality. All right. and the way the Lord got it set up, all right, Babylon is going to fall in the most dramatic way, okay? It says to, back in Ezekiel 30:12, it says to take a spoil, to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. All right. So the Lord is going to put this mind into Putin's mind. All right. And this is part of prophecy for America to be invaded. All right. You know, let's go over here to Isaiah 4. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna end it with this chapter. All right, because just want to bring that out through the spirit. Because that was a part of predictive programming, which was in that movie Red Dawn, the one that came out in 1984, which spoke about how they was gonna come in, and a part of them coming into the U.S. was going through with the Nicaraguan army. All right, help from them. Going through Mexico, okay. So, we getting close to this place falling. All right, we getting close to America going down. Okay, Isaiah 34:1, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved." All right, because everything that is transpiring is all going to lead up to them shooting missiles on each other. All right. And the one place that's going to get hit the most is America. All right, 200 million missiles is going to, impact. All right, America, also the land of Israel as well. All right, because the Lord is going to use fire as a cleansing agent. All right, to dissolve all the filth. Okay, and America is full of filth. Okay, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Okay, which the scroll is, what do you know it as? A mushroom cloud. All right, those mushroom clouds. Okay, when those nuclear warheads, all right, hit the earth is going to reel to and fro as a drunken man. Okay, it's going to shake, and Yahweh Shai is going to have to return at the same time to before those missiles impact, to gather the elect. Okay, because the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that number, are going to be able to watch as when those missiles impact, America, it's going to be as a sea of fire, as the elect are watching from the heavens, from the sky. Okay. All right, seeing the sun being blocked out, seeing the moon being blocked out. All right, because that scroll, that's how much of an effect it's going to have. All right, which you could go into a nuclear winter. Okay, really, nuclear winters causes pretty much ice ages. All right, because no sun means that no photosynthesis can take place, no oxygen can flow through these trees. Okay, and everything would pretty much die. It says, "And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." All right. And this is the Greek way for saying Edom. All right. These Edomites. Okay. "And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and the goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra. All right, and Basra, all right, is symbolic for America today. All right, so the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra. So America is going to become a great altar, a great sacrifice. Okay, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of his recompense for the controversy of Zion. All right, so this taking place is for the controversy of Zion. Who's Zion? Israel. All right. Okay. The Lord is coming to save his chosen. He's coming to redeem the elect. Okay, as the scriptures say, he's going to set the sheep on his right hand and the goat on his left hand. Okay, and the goats is another animal that is used for also sacrifice. All right, so majority of the people that are left here in America are going to burn with that fire. Okay, as one great sacrifice to the Lord, and it's all going to be done through the Lord's army. All right, which is those ICBM missiles. Okay, that these other nations are going to push those buttons to bring forth that destruction. All right, and that'll be the end of America as you know it. It says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. All right. And it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. All right. So when America's gone, it's going to be an uninhabitable land. Okay. And all nations, in the nations that are far off, are going to see the smoke of this place as it burns. All right. So just wanted to bring out the spirit. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful scripture the brother posted on the chat. I'll end it with that. You know, it's a beautiful scripture right here, brother Dahawam Lab, Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. All right. And that indignation is a part of those nuclear missiles. Okay. Going into the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter. All right. That's how that great city is going to go down. So I'm going to pretty much leave it at that. Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love to the hopeful members of the elect out there. Many blessings to you and your household. For those that are staying firm, staying strong, believing in the names of Yahweh by Shem Shai. We're almost out this thing. Okay, brothers and a few sisters, little amount of sisters, stay strong. So with that, I want to say shalom.